Assalamu alaikum. I am Jawad Ahmad. Today we are present in our next class of economics in which we are going to study the market for perishable goods. It is our last learning objective of ICAP CA economics. So, before we can start our last topic of this chapter, kindly subscribe my channel so you can get all my videos on a timely basis, and I will continue this economics classes for your growth purpose. So let's start this class. Market for the perishable goods. What are these perishable goods? Perishable goods are those goods that have a very limited or small period of life. Perishable goods are those goods whose value or worth will decrease significantly. Significantly means very largely by the passage of time. For example, food articles. These are those goods for which you cannot return or you cannot store them for a long period of time. So, perishable goods are such small span of time goods that cannot be stored for a longer period of time. Therefore, you cannot store them for a long period of time. Therefore, the supply of such perishable goods is inelastic. Supply will be inelastic. Inelastic means that you cannot stop supply of goods to the market. You have to maintain a continuous supply of such goods to the market. Therefore, the supplier is compelled to supply such product to the market on a timely basis due to their short span of life. So such goods are called perishable goods. So what is the effect of perishability on supply of goods? I have already explained this concept to you that the supply of perishable goods is considered relatively inelastic. Means the supplier cannot change supply of such goods very easily due to their non-storability, because supplier cannot control its supply by storing it or producing it in a short period of time. Therefore, supply curve is eventually become perfectly inelastic, which means it goes upward, that you have to maintain the quantity at a specific level. So the thing that is going to determine the market mechanism or the price mechanism is the demand of such product. So change in demand will determine the price factor in such perishability of the goods. So at this stage, the whole price mechanism is dependent upon the movement in the demand curve. So let's make a diagram so that you can easily understand this concept and we can continue to understand this. Let's make the required and graph. Quantity is taken on x-axis and price is taken on y-axis. I have already explained the reason in the previous classes. Firstly, the supply increases, then it becomes perfectly inelastic. It's a supply curve. It becomes inelastic at this level as the supplier cannot store these goods for a longer period of time. He is compelled to supply these goods to the market whether the price is favorable or not. Initially, we said that the demand curve lies here, so the price will be this, and this is the equilibrium level, equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. But if we gradually move from this demand curve to next demand curve, let's say this demand curve number 1, at this level, the supply become fixed. At this point, you cannot increase this quantity or supply level to next level because due to the non-durability of the goods, and the price will be moved to here. Price is moved from PE to P1 and the quantity increases from QE to Q1. But beyond this point, price can increase, but quantity can not be increased. This is the concept of perishable goods that I have explained, that such goods whose supply cannot be changed or cannot be regenerated within a short period of time. So the supply that the supplier will have to maintain at a fixed point because he cannot retain them or store the goods for a longer period of time, and the demand factor is the factor that will determine the price of the market. So it's our today's class. I hope that the concept has been well explained. Let's meet in the next class.